Hello! I'm just gonna make a quick video. I've been playing Road to Vostok, and I think that the game is an amazing spot. But I noticed that a lot of people kind of get upset when I tell them about my mods. And I'm not really sure. I get that people want to have the most authentic, they want hardcore, they want, extra hard, make the game as hard as possible, permadeath every run. And that's just not for me. In all honesty, I have a job and a life, and I play maybe 2, 3 hours a day. And one character lasts me a whole week. And so if I die, that's like a whole week of me losing progress, which is, in one sense, that's okay, but I would like it to be more balanced. And since the game just came out, it's not at that perfect spot where everything's balanced. For example, I don't actually know how to see event hints or like the events or anything like that. I just see, um, or I hear a noise or something like that, and it's okay. It doesn't really tell me too much of what I need to know or anything like that. Um, I also think it's fun to sell stuff at 50% value. That's fun. I like being able to vault through windows. Um, it's just like item clarity is really nice. And we'll actually hop in and we'll see some of these mods here in a second. Uh, I just think that these things are really nice. They add more flavor to the game. They add more things to the game without just destroying the actual balance of the game. And some of these mods actually help the balance of the game. Um, and let's see what mods we got here. Okay, launch with mods. Because I just don't see the point, in my opinion. Like I've also considered adding the mine mod to the minefield map because I think there should be something the player can do to look and see that there's a mine there. I don't. I Maybe I can go find an item. I wish there was an item in the game that I could have that could detect mines and stuff like that. Um, there's so many things that I look at, and I wish the game would improve upon those things, and no doubt that it will improve upon those things. I want to make that very clear that there's 8 updates and the roadmap is amazing, but to me, I don't see there being any reason that I can't just have a little thing that tells me what's happening on the map, you know, or the Punisher hint or something like that. Because the Punisher, if you don't know, spoiler, he just goes straight through the map and actually nothing happens. You have to actually do something. You have to actually shoot at him or stop him or something like that. Um, and that's cool and all, but I probably had the Punisher spawn at least like 5 or 6 times, and the one time I actually was able to catch the event, it ended up being that I had no idea how to actually even do anything. He just drove straight through, so no telling. I like item clarity. I like being able to see what items are what. That's just, these things are nice little benefits that I like, and I don't think this really is a big problem. I don't know why everybody's like, "Oh, that's cheesy. Oh, that's I can't believe you added a mod to the game. How dare you?" And I don't think we really have to act like that or be like that. Like, this game is new, and like, I like to play with the skills mod. This is just a fun little thing to me, and you can play without it. Like, I turned, as you can tell, the extra loot is off on this one because I think the loot in the game is perfectly fine. I don't really care to play with it, and I like the whole prestiging aspect and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm not a permadeath player. I don't have keep loot on, but I do um, have other systems on, and stuff like that. And another thing is that I like sleep deprivation. I like that you have to actually go to sleep. You know, because there's sometimes where you just skip days and days and days in game and you really don't have any system, and these mods don't ruin the game. I think they add more flavor to the game, like faction warfare. You know, he's gonna add the next faction to the game and some more faction stuff in the next update, but I personally think that there's not enough enemies in the game. So I like to turn it up to medium high. And you know, some people might want to do an insane run. That could be very challenging, extremely difficult, because like guards are, they only spawn on one map that I know of, and that's Minefield. And honestly, I don't know why they don't spawn in the outpost. And it's actually, I actually turn the guards on in the outpost when I'm doing runs of loot through the outpost, because it makes the game way more difficult, and I have to think about how I do my loot runs. Another thing is search loot. I think this is really fun. Like I like it whenever I go up to a body or something, and I have to sit there and search through his body instead of it instantaneously being available to me. And you know what's so cool about this is that it adds such a cool depth to the game that I don't just run up to bodies and loot them. I actually have to think about me going up to a bandit or me going up to a guard, looting their body, and not getting shot at the same time. And I can't tell you how many times I've died because of this mod, and how many times it's like created that extra, like, oh, strategy, I gotta think about this. Or sometimes a guy randomly spawns and he just shoots a bullet past my head and it scares me. And that's a fun random encounter. So I just want to encourage everybody to just, you know, like, don't bash people that play with mods. You know, if you see people that are playing with mods, just, it's okay. It's okay. We don't have to be against people that play with mods. And you know what? At the end of the day, he's probably going to add, like, see, this seasons mod right here, to mess with the seasons, he's going to add that later anyways. All this does is just give us the ability to play with it and have fun with it. So I just thought I'd do a quick rundown. I will say that all my mods, you can look at them right here. If you want to pause the video, this is the end of the video anyways. These are all my mods. I'm thinking about removing the attachment mod for weapons. Sometimes it feels a little crazy. Most times it's fine, but I'm still trying to figure out the balance between that. And then, like, oh, speaking of mods that just help the game, I have a hard time seeing stuff on the ground. And the first 20 hours of gameplay, I actually never looted anything on the ground. So I went and found this mod called Loot Highlight. And it makes a little highlight around the items on the ground. It's not cheesy. I can't see it. I don't know what's up with my monitor. I don't know what's up with my eyes. I just have a hard time seeing it. And that makes the game more accessible to somebody like me that might struggle with that. So just a side note. But here's all my mods. I will do a more detailed video, I think, of all my mod settings. But right now I really just wanted to make a generalistic mod, because a lot of people come in watching the stream and stuff like that and just ask, like, what are your mods? And then they say, oh, your mods are cheesy. And I have to explain, like, every single time, dude, it's not that big of a deal. We're just playing to have fun. He's going to add this stuff to the game anyways. Just let it go. So, alright guys, have fun in Road to Vostok, and let's just have a good old time. Bye.